Hello everyone. So we are going to look at indices and surds today. With the basic formulas first. A power m into a power n is equals to a power m plus n. A power m divided by a power n is equals to m minus n. Suppose if you have three numbers like a power m into a power n into a power o, you can write m n o. A power mn. A power m whole power n or a power n whole power m. You can always interchange these powers and you can simply multiply it and write it. Nth root of a power m can write it as a power m by n. So you should know when to add, subtract, multiply, and then divide. Anything power 0, simply 1. A to the power of minus n, you say 1 by a to the power of n. Anything to the power of negative power, you reciprocate the base, b by a to the power of n. Usually what is nth root of a? Usually nth root of a means a power 1 by n. If there is nothing, you always write it as a power 1 by 2 cube root 1 by 3. If you have mn, mth root of nth root of a, you can always multiply it and write it as mnth root of a. Square root of cube root of a, we can always say it as sixth root of a. Root of a. Nothing is there means 2 will always be there. Then you can say it is fourth root of a. Right. Sometimes if it is nth root of a, if you multiply it with let's say n, generally it is what a to the power of 1 by m. Let it be nth root. I'll take it as nth root. 1 by n. Multiply the power, multiply and divide it by m. What happens if I multiply and divide it by m? I'll get a power m by mn, which is equals to mnth root of a power m. In other words, simply, if you multiply it m with here, you need to apply or else multiply the same m in the power. This is very important. If it is nth root of a, if you multiply it with m, you need to apply that power here. You have already nth root of a power p, you multiply m, p into m. That's how you do it. I have seventh root of a square. How can I make it 14? You multiplied with 2, so you need to multiply it with 2, like this. I have third root of a. How can I make it 12th root? A power 1, you multiply it with 4 in the power. How can I make it 6th root? Don't say that you're multiplying it with 6. That is incorrect. Nothing is there means always 2 will be there. Therefore, you are just multiplying it with 3. So 6th root of a cube will be your answer. Okay. Third root of a is equals to 12th root of a to the power of 4. Square root of a is equals to, you can write it as 6th root of a cube. Whatever you are multiplying here, you are applying the same number in the power. Okay, that is very important. When I have a by b to the power of negative power, I said, let it be negative minus m by n. How do you write it? b by a to the power of m by n. A power m into b power m. I want all of you to take a note of it quickly, maybe a screenshot. If the powers are same, then you can multiply the bases. If they are in division, you can actually divide the bases. And you can write vice versa. If you have root of AB, you can write it as root A into root B, root of A by B. Root of A plus root of B. For every A greater than B, it will always be greater than. And both of them are positive. When you have A power n, or else x power n is equals to A, then how do you write it? How do you find x? You apply, okay, both the sides you apply to the power of 1 by n. It becomes a power 1 by n. X is equals to a power n. So simply applying to the power of 1 by n here, you're applying to the power of n here. Rationalizing factor of a number. If the number is in the form of the root of a, which means it is like a power 1 by 2, with which you have to multiply so that you get a rational number. Your rational number will take it as a. So all I'm asking you is 1 by 2 plus how much? It is going to be 1, the least number I want. So obviously it should be what? A power 1 by 2 only. Therefore, take the number and its rationalizing factor. If it is root of a, you're going to multiply it with root of a only. Therefore, it becomes what? A. Suppose if it is cube root of a, you have a power 1 by 3. How much you need to add in order to make it 1? 2 by 3. So when I say cube root of a, you take it cube root only. But 2 by 3 means what? A square. Put together, it should match cube is equals to a. So this becomes the rationalizing factor of this, and this becomes rationalizing factor of this, and vice versa. You can say it in both the ways. Suppose if I take 10th root of a power 7, you have 7 a's, you need 3 more a's in order to make it as a rational number. A power 11. So I would say 20th root of a power 9. That is a rationalizing factor with which you need to multiply in order to get a rational number. I hope that's clear. When you have root a plus root b, then rationalizing factor of this is going to be root a minus root b, because if you multiply it, you get a square minus b square, which is a minus b for this multiplication. If I take root a minus root b, it's vice versa. If you take root a minus root b, then it will be root a plus root b. For squares, it will be okay because it is easily understood that you need to do a square minus b square formula is equals to a plus b into a minus b. Suppose if it is a cube, a bit confusing here, but yeah. If I give you cube root of a plus cube root of b, how do you find out the rationalizing factor? So generally your aim is to get what? Into what? will give me a plus b because you have plus in between, right? So what I'll do is I want it to do cube, because if I get cube here, then only this and this get cancelled. So I'll use the formula of x cube plus y cube, which is equals to x plus y into x square minus xy plus y square. All I do is x cube is equals to you equate it to a, then x becomes what? A to the power of 1 by 3. Y cube you equal to a, b, then y becomes what? B power 1 by 3. Then what x becomes? A power 1 by 3. What is y becomes? B power 1 by 3. So this is x and this is y. So I'll write it as x place in place of x, a power 1 by 3 plus b power 1 by 3 into x square a power 2 by 3 ab to the power of 1 by 3 b power 2 by 3 is going to be what? X cube plus y cube, which is a plus b, right? So first bracket, the terms in the first bracket becomes the rationalizing factor of the second one. Second one becomes the rationalizing factor of the first one. You can also write it as cube root of a plus cube root of b, cube root of a square, cube root of ab, cube root of b square. Respectively, they are rationalizing factors of themselves. A question asked, what is the rationalizing factor of? Plus 1. I would simply say I'll compare it with what? Root 3a square. Sorry, cube root of a square, cube root of ab plus cube root of b square. If you equate it, you know that a equal to 3, b is equals to 1. For this, what is the rationalizing factor? Cube root of a minus cube root of b is the rationalizing factor because in between you have plus. So what is the rationalizing factor? I would say cube root of a means 3, b means 1. This question was asked in one of the previous years. Okay. Now, how do you compare two surds or indices? Make it fast. How do we compare two surds and two indices? Generally, surds means anything like fraction. Indices means anything like whole numbers. You have root 2, of cube root of 3. How do I compare? In order to compare, first take the LCM of the index. Index for first one is 2, index for the second one is 3. The order or index you can call it. Their LCM is 6. So try to make it equal to 6. If I make it equal to 6, you are multiplying it with 3. Therefore, you need to apply power 3. Right? So you can say 6th root of 9 is greater than 6th root of 8. So here we have equated the powers. 4 power 20, 8 power 15. If I ask you which one is greater, here you need to equate the bases. Like you have 2 power 40, 2 cube, therefore 3 into 15, 45. Here we have equated the base. Sometimes you'll get 2 power 500, 3 power 400, 4 power 300, 5 power 200, 6 power 100. Which of them is greater? All powers you can just equate. Let all powers be 100. So you can write 2 power 5 to the power of 100, 3 power 4 to the power of 100, 4 cube to the power of 100, 5 square to the power of 100, 6 to the power of 100. So I would say first 6 to the power of 100 is the lowest of them, then 5 power 200, then 2 power 500, then 4 power 300. So you can either compare bases or else you can compare powers. So look at the given example, then you can just look, okay, have the powers equal sometimes or else bases equal some other time. Three thousand three hundred and 33 to the power of 3. 3 power 33. Which one you think greater? Let it be this is A, this is B. You can tell me your answer in the chat. What do you guys think? Anyone? Yes. We make the powers equal. Now you compare the bases. 3 power 11 is much more greater than 3333. Therefore, your answer is B greater. Simple thing, you have to make the powers equal. Okay, right. You all know rationalizing factor of root a plus root b, or else plus or minus root a minus root b. Root a plus or minus b is root a minus then plus root b. This is the rationalizing factor. How do you rationalize the denominator? If you have 1 by root a plus root b, you multiply it with root a minus root b, then the denominator becomes what? A minus b. Its conjugate will come in the numerator. Its difference of AB comes in the denominator. Suppose if A minus B is equals to 1, then you can always write 1 by root A plus root B is equals to root A minus root B. And vice versa. 1 by root A minus root B is equals to root A plus root B. Suppose you have 2 plus root 3. 7 minus 4 root 3. Take it as A, take this as B. You can do A square minus B square and you can check it. Okay, which means first square and second square. If it is root A and root B, you just square it and check it. So many numbers like this. For all these numbers, if it is A and B, then A square minus B square is 1. Therefore, how do you write them? Suppose when you have 1 by 2 plus root 3, you can always write them as 2 minus root 3. Because anyway, difference is 1. So you can make it like this. Suppose you have root of 1 plus root of 2. First change it, bigger number first, smaller number next. When you have plus, multiply it with root 2 minus root 1. Anyway, the difference is 1, so you don't need to write it. Root 3 plus root 4. How do you write it? Bigger number first, smaller number next. Difference is only 1, therefore you don't need to write it. Root 9 plus root 10. Root of 10 minus 9. 1 by root 1 plus root 3. Difference is 2. It's going to be root 3 minus 1 by 2. It's going to be root of 11 minus root of 9 by 2 because the difference is 2, A minus B. I'm going to write root of 16. How much is the difference? Difference is 3. Simply I'm rationalizing and eliminating that step. So you're directly writing it. So what is the use of it? You may get a question based on this. One by root of one plus root of two. Root 3 plus root 4. 99 plus root of 100. How do I write it after rationalization? Of 99. You cancel all the terms like minus 2 plus root 3 minus root 3 plus root of 99 minus root of 99. So what you'll be left with? Especially you'll be left with root of 100 minus 1. So if you're well aware of the pattern, then you'll be left with in the denominator first term, in the denominator the last term. Suppose if I start with so on. You'll be left with last, that is 121. First in the base, that is root of 25. It's going to be 11 minus 5, which is equals to 6. Sometimes you may have difference too. I mean to say root of 1 plus root of 3. 1 by root of 3 plus root of 5. 121. Now how do you have it? You write as it is like root 3 minus 1 by 2. By 2, the last one. Everything is same, but by 2 will be there. So if you take the 2, again you'll be left with what? Root of 121 minus root of 1. First, last minus first. 11 minus 1. 10 by 2, which is 5. Hope it's understood. Suppose if it is root of 51. (169). How do you write your answer as? Root of 169 minus root of 49 by 2, because the difference is 2. And you know exactly why why are we writing like that? 13 minus 7, 6 by 2 is going to be 3. Right. Now you do same thing with, if you have 1 by n minus 1. Let's take it like this. One by n minus 1 by n plus 1. If you take the LCM, numerator becomes what? N plus 1 minus n. 1 by n into n plus 1. Right. 1 by n, 1 by n plus 2 if you have. N plus 2. 2 by n into n plus 2. If I have 1 by n, the difference is d. D by. So how can I write reverse? Suppose if I have 1 by n into n plus 1, I can always write it as 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 1. If I have 1 by n into n plus 2, so what is missing? This 2 is missing, right? So this 2 you send it this side. So it becomes 1 by 2. Same 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 2. Suppose if the difference is d, still you have n into n plus d here. N plus d. This is how we write it. I'll give you an example. Take a note of it. Any doubts you can ask. Suppose if it is 1 into 2, you can always write it as 1 by 1. 7 into 8. 9 into 11. The difference is 2, right? So you can always write it as 1 by 2 into. This is how we write it. What kind of sums they may give you? 1 by 1 into 2. 1 by 2 into 3. I'm only taking up to 1 by 9 into 10. So how do you split it? 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. The terms that you're going to cancel. What you'll be left with? The first and 1 by the last. You need to remember this pattern in order to answer it quickly. How much? By 10. Suppose if I ask you, 10 into 11. Answer is 1 by 10 minus. Which is 9 by 100. This is how you answer when the difference is only 1. Suppose if the difference is 2. So you're going to write 1 by 2 into the same thing. Again, if you're going to take common of 1 by 2, it's going to be first minus the last. By 101. So 50 upon 101 is your answer. It is from any in between, suppose. You know that the difference is 2. First is 1 by 25, last is 1 by 125. Take the LCM. 5 minus 1, 4. 2 by 125 is the answer. So 1 by difference, first in first, last in last. So 1 by 25 minus 1 by 125. Sometimes if they want to make it little difficult, then they'll give you 3 terms. Suppose 1 into 3 into 5. 3 into 5 into 7. 9 into 11 into 13. I'm only taking few terms. So how do you deal with it? Take out the middle one first. 1 by 3, 1 by 5, 1 by 11. Write it outside. Now what is the inside sequence? Only look at the inside one. 1 by 1 into 5, 1 by 3 into 7, 1 by 9 into 13. It goes on like that. So what you need to do is just write down it as expand this terms. 1 by 4, right? Difference is. Then you can write it as 1 by 3, 1 by 1 minus 1 by 5. How do you write it? 1 by 1 into 3 minus 1 by 3 into 5 plus 1 by 3 into 5 plus 1 by 5 into 7. 11 into 13. Now two terms in the denominator, but anyway, this everything it cancels. You'll be left with 1 by 4. 1 into 3 minus 11 into 13. So I just wanted to tell you that if you have two terms like this, what you have to do is take 1 by the difference between this and this, 1 and 5. Then first two terms, the last two. First two digits and the last two digits. Or else first two numbers in this, last two. 1 by first two minus 1 by last two in the last term. This can be applicable for any number. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. 9 into 10 into 11 into 12. Answer. The difference between 1 and 4 is 3. First 3 you take it. That is 1 into 2 into 3. The last 3 you take it. 10 into 11 into 12. This is how you will take it. If it is 2, in the first term, in the denominator, you take first two numbers. In the last term also, in the denominator, you take last two numbers. If it is 4, hope you understood that. The next. What is root of a plus root of b whole square? A plus b root of ab. That is when you have 4 terms. 1 into 3 into 5 into 7. So on. 11 into 13 into 15 into 17. First, you need to look at the difference between 1 and 7, 3 and 9, 11 and 17. It will always be the same, that is 6. So write down 1 by 6. 1 by the first 3. 1 into 3 into 5 minus 1 by the last 3. 13 into 15 into 17. Yeah. We have root of a minus root of b. A plus b minus 2 root ab. So a plus b plus 2 root of ab, a plus b minus 2 root of ab. Right? Root of 7 plus root of 11. Imagine whole square will become 7 plus 11. First, the integer value. plus 2 root of 7 into 11, 77. Here it should always be the sum. Under root of always it should be the product, and it must be 2 here. Right. Now based on this logic, you can actually try the squares of it. Suppose I'll say 13 plus 2 root 42. How can I express it as a square? 13 can be written as, or else 42 is better, can be written as what? 6 into 7, 13. 6 plus 7. If I give you 5 and 7. You know, 7 and 9. So minus, take the bigger number first. Sometimes what happens is, so you can see what is missing there. You clearly see 2 is missing. Can I get 2 from inside? Yes. Because you can write as root of 4 into 15. We know root A into root B, root of AB. Root of 4 into 15 you can write as root 4 into root 15. This is 2. 5 and 3. 5 plus 3. So root 5 minus root 3 whole square. So this is how we write it. Look at the formulas. Root of A plus root of B whole square, root of A minus root of B whole square. If this 2 is not there, this should be the format. Suppose sometimes what happens is 1, you'll have just 2 plus root 3. You can clearly see that 2 is missing. Can I get 2 from inside? You cannot. So what you have to do in this case is just simply multiply and divide it by 2. Therefore, I'll say 4 plus 2 root 3 divided by 2. This root 3 you can write as 3 into 1. This is 3 plus 1. Therefore, it becomes root of 3 plus 1 whole square by 2. Suppose if 2 is missing and you cannot get it from inside, you multiply and divide it by 2 and get it. This is how we do it. Okay. Yeah. So now we know how do we find out square root of it. Now some repeated squares. So whenever you have root of A goes on infinity many times. If I assume it as x, A into x is equals to x ax is equals to x square. X and x cancel, therefore x is equals to a. So answer is what? When you have root of a into root of a into root of a is equals to simply a. You can also write it as a power 1 by 2, a to the power of 1 by 4, a power 1 by 8, because upon the first day you only have one root. Upon the second day you have two roots, because this one and this one. Upon third day you have three roots. It goes on like this. It becomes a to the power of 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 and so on. It will give you simply 1 because it becomes a. Right? And suppose if you have something in plus, root of 20 plus root of 20 plus root of 20, if it goes on, assume equal to x, therefore this whole thing also becomes x. Root of 20 plus x is equals to x, square on both sides. What you can substitute in place of x so that you will get x square? Obviously after 20, which is a perfect square, 5. Are we not getting 5 square? Yes. Generally you need to solve a quadratic equation, but here numbers which will be in the form of n into n plus 1, n into n plus 1, you don't need to get a quadratic equation. The next perfect square will be your answer. Suppose you can say 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 3 into 4, 12, 4 into 5, 20, 30, 42. If you have these kind of numbers, for them if you add 2, you'll get 2 square. If you add 3, you'll get 3 square. If you add 4, you'll get 4 square. Because if you add n plus 1, you'll get n plus 1 whole square. Okay. Suppose if you subtract 10, add minus 1, you'll get 1 square. If you do minus 2, you'll get 2 square. Not 4 square, 4 only. If you add 5, then it will be 5 square. If you subtract 4, it will be 4 square. So they may give you plus or minus, and especially in the form of n into n plus 1. Otherwise also you just need to solve a quadratic equation, that's all. But especially if it is in this format, then what you can do? So you can simply do, observe first, 42 minus root of 42 minus root of 42. Simply you can say, okay, the number before 42, which is a square number, we know it is 6. That's all. Root of 36 is 6. If it is not in the form of n into n plus 1, you just need to solve a quadratic equation, that's all. Sometimes they'll give you surds like this. They'll ask you which of the following is the bigger or the largest. Which of the following is the largest from the first set and the second set? The first set, whenever you see the difference is same, you rationalize it. If I rationalize it, what happens? You multiply it with, rationalize the numerator, you multiply it with root 10 plus root 5, therefore it becomes 10 minus 5, that is 5, divided by root 10 plus root 5. Rationalize the numerator, 5 root 15 plus root 10, because you are multiplying it with root 15 and root 10. 5 by root 20 plus root 15 by root 25 plus root 20. So if you rationalize it, what happens? All the numerators are same. Now you can compare the denominator. Which denominator is the lowest? This denominator is the lowest denominator. And fraction with the lowest denominator is higher. Therefore, your answer is what? The first one. If anything is in the form of root a plus root b, where a plus b is constant, all you need to do is simply square it. Take it as x, square it. What happens if I square it? Root 1 plus root 12. Square it, 13 plus 2 root 12. This 13 remains the same, 22. Which square is greater? Obviously, this one is greater. Therefore, this is the largest of all these four. This is how we need to compare when difference is constant, when sum is same. I hope we have done all possible varieties. Now we'll look at the questions. Okay, look at this question. How do you actually solve it? 30, you can write it as 5 into 6, 6 into 7, 7 into 8, finally 10 into 11. Now we all know how do we write it. First number in the first term, that is 1 by 5, minus 1 by 11. Take the LCM, you'll get 6 by 55. You can copy that. The value of 1 by 15 plus 1 by 35 plus 1 by 63 plus 1 by 99 plus 1 by 143. Here difference is 2. One by 2, LCM 39. 13 minus 3 is 10. Let's say 5 by 39. The greatest among the following. Look at the powers. It is 3, 2, 6, 1 by 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 6. LCM, you take it. 6. Apply power 6 to everything. Apply power 6 to this, power 6 to this, power 6 to this. What happens? This becomes 3 square because 6 by 3 is 2. 2 cube, 1 to the power of 6 anyway. 6 power 1. Is asking you the greatest. 9 is greatest, therefore 3 power 1 by 3 is the greatest. I'm equating the powers here. The smallest amount, 6th root of 12, 3rd root of 4, 5th root of 5, and root of 3 is 6, 3, 4, 2. LCM is 12, apply power 12 to all. 12 by 6 is 2, 12 by 3 is 4, 12 by 4 is 3, 3 power 6. The greatest is root of 3 and the least is 4th root of 5. You know what happens when root of a, okay, under that again you have root of a, under root of a, and so on. We know very well. The root of a to root of a. Answer is a only. So this also answer is 5. Root of 12 plus root of 12 plus root of 12 and so on. After 12, if you assume it as x, we know that it is 12 plus x is equals to x. 12 plus x is equals to x square. You add 4, you'll get 4 square. Answer is next square number you need to take it. You need to get next square number, that is 16. So root of 16 becomes how much? 4. M is equals to 7 minus 4 root 3. Then he's asking you m plus 1. Okay, root of m plus 1 by root of m. So shall try to find out root of m. I need 2 into 2. 2 means you can say 4. You can write 4 root 3 as 2 into 2 into root 3. This 2 you can write it as root 4. 4 plus 3, 4 into 3. Therefore, root of 4. This is m value. Then what is root of m? 2 minus root 3. What is 1 by root of m? 1 by 2 minus root 3 gives you 2 plus root 3. Add both of them. 2 plus 2, 4. This is one way of looking at this sum. The same sum, you can actually do it in another way. We know m is equals to 7 minus 4 root 3. We also know 1 by m is equals to 7 plus 4 root 3. If you do the sum, assume this is equals to k. Square on both sides. 2 into root m into 1 by root m. Cancel, cancel. You have m plus 1 by m as 14 plus 2, 16. Therefore, k is equals to 4. So you can do it in different ways, 2 ways. You can find out root of m, or else make it equal to k. A positive square root of 48 minus root of 45. First, simplify a bit. Assume it as x. You need to find out root x, don't forget. If I simplify, 16 into 3, which is 4 root 3. 9 into 5, which is 3 root 5. Because you can, first one you can write as root of 16, root of 3. Second one you can write it as root of 5, root of 9. We all remember a minus b. Root of a minus root of b square is what? A plus b minus 2 into root ab you need to get. Right? So first two terms should not have any root term. So, but what is the root term? We have root 3. Common this root 3. If I common this, you'll be getting 4 minus. 3 is always a product of root 3 and root 3. Assume that you are taking one root 3 out. You'll always be having another root 3. So what is missing? 2 is missing. Multiply and divide it by 2. By 2. What is the inside one can be written as? Root 3. Root 5 minus root 3 whole square by 2. So what is root of x? I would say root of 3. Root 5 minus root 3 by root 2. Finally, you can say it is fourth root of 3. Root 5 minus root 3 by root 2 is the answer. So the square root of it is fourth root of 3 into root 5 minus root 3 by root 2 is the answer. Hope you understood that. A is equals to root 3 by 2, then 1 by, root of 1 plus a plus root of 1 minus a. This has been asked in so many exams. It's very important. And it's very important you remember its value. Always first do 1 plus a. 1 plus a is 1 plus root 3 by 2, which is 2 plus root 3 by 2. 2 is missing if I want to express it as a square. Multiply and divide it by 2. 4 plus 2 root 3. Numerator. Root of 1 plus a. Similarly, it will become root 3 minus 1 by 2. Add both of them now. It's going to be root of 3. So the answer is root of 3. Sometimes they'll also ask you this equation, they may completely change it into trigonometry and they say if theta is equals to 60 degrees, then root of 1 plus sine theta plus root of 1 minus sine theta is also root of 3. Okay. Then you have sums based on componendo and dividendo. A by B, if you have equal to C by D. Add 1 both the sides. You'll be getting A plus B by B, C plus D by D. You call it componendo, adding 1. You subtract 1. Call it dividendo. Both if you do componendo and dividendo. Divide both of them. Then it will be A plus B by A minus B is equals to C plus D by C minus D. Whenever you have A by B equal to C by D, you can always write it as A plus B by A minus B is equals to A minus C plus D by C minus D. Not only this, the first thing is what when you have A by B equal to C by D, you can always change it into A plus B by A minus B is equals to C plus D by C minus D. Suppose if you have A plus B by A minus B, which is equals to C by D, you can again convert it into A by B equal to C plus D by C minus D. You have A by B is equals to C plus D by C minus D. You can convert it into A plus B by A minus B is equals to C by D. A plus B, sorry, A by B is equals to C by D. You have 3x plus 5y by 3x minus 5y is equals to 4 by 3. What is x is to y? You can cross multiply and do it, but it is in the form of A plus B by A minus B equal to C by D, this format. So if you apply comparando and dividendo, it becomes 3x by 5y, 4 plus 3 is 7, 4 minus 3 1, 35 by 3. Directly you can write it. So much more easily you will get it. See, when the complex problem, how do we solve it? Suppose you have root of 3 plus x plus root of 3 minus x by root of 3 plus x minus root of 3 minus x is equals to 2. Then x is equals to. Assume that is equals to 1. Apply componendo and dividendo. This becomes a by b is equals to c plus d by c minus d, which is 3 by 1. Square on both sides. 3 plus x by 3 minus x. Again apply componendo and dividendo. 10 by 8, which is 5 by 4. What is x? 12 by 5. If you ask me, this is not difficult to write directly. Because in order to get 3 by x, what you are doing first? Componendo and dividendo. Square on both sides. Again componendo and dividendo. So concentrate on the second. Right, RHS. First you are doing 2 by 1. Componendo and dividendo. It becomes 3 by 1. Then you are doing square. 9 by 1. Then again you are doing componendo and dividendo. 10 by 8. So directly you can write 3 by x is equals to 10 by 8. If you concentrate enough. You don't need to write all these steps again and again. Hope I made it clear. You know what is the largest among them? When difference is same, what we do? I said you rationalize it. You rationalize it. Root 7 plus root 5. Root 5 plus root 3. Root 9 plus root. Lowest denominator, highest fraction. The smallest. I think we have done the similar one. Square it. 13 plus 2 root 40. 2 root 42. 30. 2 root 22. So answer this one. Whenever you have numbers like this, 1 by root 2 plus root 3 minus root 5 plus, yeah, just a second. See the terms which are changing its sign. A root of 3 is plus here, a root of 3 is minus here. The terms which are not changing, take it as A. Terms which are changing, take it as B. So I can clearly say The given thing I can write it as, this one is a plus b minus b. 2a by a square minus b square. What is a square minus b square? A square like 2 plus 5 root of root 5. We know 7 minus 3, 4. Again, common 2. You can also common root 2. Oh, we know it very well that root 2 minus root 5 as a. So what it will become? One by root 2. So answer is 1 by root 2, a cancel. Yeah. Very important but little lengthy. You have to try to understand this first. You have x plus root 8 by x minus root 8 plus x plus root 12 by x minus root 12. I'm not taking them together, I'm taking them separately. This is a and this is b. First look at a, forget about b. A in the form of what? A plus b by a minus b. It is in the form of a plus b by a minus b. It's like component and dividend of a plus b by a minus b. So in order to get a plus b by a minus b, first you need to have a by b. So if I take it as a, then this is b. I need to get a by b, which means I need to get x by root 8. So what is x by root 8 from this? I would say x by root 8 dividing root 24 by root 8 gives me root 3. So 2 root 3 by root 3 plus root 2. Why? Okay, why have I divided by root 8? Because I need a by b, which means x by root 8. If I consider this is also, I'll take it as what a and b only. I need to divide it by 12. So if I divide it by 12, x by root of 12 is going to be 2 into root 2 by root 3 plus root 2, right? Then you apply componendo and dividendo in both the cases. I know I'm going to get a here. So I'm not writing the entire term, I'm writing a. What is c by, okay, c plus d, numerator plus denominator. What is numerator? 2 root 3 plus root 3. This becomes 3 root 3 plus root 2. If you do minus root of 3 minus root 2. What have I done? 2 root 3 plus root 3 plus root 2. One thing. 2 root 3 minus root 3 minus root 2. Another thing. Right? Second B. Do the sum. If you do the sum, it will be 3 root 2 plus root 3. If you do minus root 2 minus root 3. But I want the denominator to be same. Therefore, minus you common. 3 root 2 plus root 3 by what? Root 3 minus root 2. All I need to get is a plus b. 3 root 3 minus root 3, root 2 minus 3 root 2 by root 3 minus root 2. This is 2 root 3 minus 2 root 2. So 2 you common. We're gonna get simply 2. The answer is 2 here. Little lengthy but easy. Okay, you need to do it in component and dividendo. In order to get it, first you need to know what is a by b in both the cases. Like what is x by root 8 and what is x by root 12. So take x by root 8 and x by root 12, then do component and dividendo, then add both of them. That is how you get it. Okay. Whenever you have these kind of sums. 13 by 48 is equals to so on. How do we write it? First, send it into the denominator, then 48 by 13 it will become. So I'm asking you to divide 48 by 13. 13, 3 is a 39, then 9, then divided by 13. 4. Divide it like long division method, like finding HCF. So if you make it, look at the divisor, look at the quotient here, 3, 1, 2, 4. If you divide it properly, the quotient should be 3, 1, 2, 4. Look at the quotients here, 2 and 1, 3 and 1, no, 2 and 1, no, 3, 1, 1, 8, no. So what should be the answer? 3, 1, 2, 4 should be the quotients. So the answer is D. You can also do it from the options, but it will take a lot of time. Okay, that much time you cannot afford in the exam. Okay. Look at the question asked. What is the value of x? Should be the quotient should be 1, 1, 1, 2. So the answer 1, 1, 1. Then finally it is 2. Okay. So that's all for today, guys.